Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, the Drew Missum who was killed wasn't Drew Missum the forger, basically.
Well, then who was he?
Well, he was actually doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Yes. For Father. I know it was wrong. Can you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day Father saw it in me. He saw I had the talent.
The talent for making forgeries?
How shall I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Anything?
Father was so proud and I was so happy. But in the end, I was making loads.
Forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution or personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is...
Do you know about this red envelope?
I remember the envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already creating your works back then?
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that was... Mr. Justice, it's time! To the courtroom, please! Right. Out of time.
Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right, see, we checked them out and we saw that underneath, we saw rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information, all about the Wright & Co. Law Office. But lately we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse and play piano. Well, not really gags. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
Who was Mr. Mission? How am I supposed to know?
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say highly unlikely. Things are already confused enough with these daddies running around. We know the victim's daughter Vera was the forger. What does that mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. I was going to begin by telling us how it's all worked. How'd you set up this dual Miss-Hand forger persona? There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting, the remarkably similar one?
Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So she was the one who made the forgeries? Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of her operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her.
I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes, it was in the desk drawer.
Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in the envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony.
Not that the witness realises it.
Very well. Please begin the cross-examination.
Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misson. So these things you're making, you mean paintings that don't look like paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honour, she's had no idea what she's been doing was illegal. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please tell us more about this envelope. The envelope that may very well have killed your father.
All right.
By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance...
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes us sound very innocent at all. As 100,000 promised in this letter was the start. It's the beginning of a new industry for doing missing.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. So you didn't know about the things you were making being used?
I enjoy painting very much.
I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that are in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp?
This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thoughts.
What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use the stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Atraquine. A moment, Farhead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you will tell me, Fräulein Vera. What did you receive the stamp?
Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
Oh, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
The single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misson wished to reduce their visibility into the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father poses the creator of the work.
So that's what the real essence of the art is, Drew Misson. You did the work, he supplied the face.
So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp, can you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yes?
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new. Apparently we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you'll be so kind to continue your testimony, Fräulein.
The stamp was a picture of my favourite magician, so I kept it.
Magicians?
I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat?
You're confusing mysterious with freaky.
Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See, isn't magic great?
Fine, great, yeah, sure, don't get all excited.
But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad.
Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she completed her first job. That may say a letter from their client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Apollo?
We're close, we just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path to it took Drew Misson's life. those magicians you liked, was it this bunch?
Apollo, they're not a bunch.
Oh, I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question.
Well, British tales are always better. You can't beat true grammar, eh?
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think, Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin?
Grammar, eh? What's with Gavin? Might I ask this one question as a witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make?
Can I ask what?
No. Answer the question now.
Prosecutor Gavin! You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yeah, it's unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Missam, tell me.
It was a book. A single page in a book.
A book? Please be more specific.
It was a handwritten book. Like a diary.
Nine! I don't... Nine!
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
How did you know?
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant's answering all your questions. Stop badgering her.
He's told you nothing, has he? Your solid mentor, nothing. Solid who? Phoenix Wright, who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back it bore the mark of a silk hat.
What?
Phoenix Wright was out of the profession by false evidence, and the forger who made that evidence is the girl standing right in front of me. Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Missam, you, to forge that evidence? For all our sakes, who was it?
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
Yeah, what? Is there something about me? I think I know who it might be.
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it? Vera.
The devil.
Defendant Vera Missum, condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute poisoning. Oh, fuck. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Missum. Vera Missum was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She's currently in intensive care, not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colours. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. And that is where we must go. To find the whole truth. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Ah yes, over a game of cards. That was how we first met, 7 years ago. Okay, it's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Oh, they've brought back the old music. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, good morning, Mr. Enigma. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't, trust me. Oh! Oh, she's so cute! Oh, she's adorable!
Good morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you.
I'm fine as always. This old boy's here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What's she talking about?
Oh boy.
Me? Oh, look what he started.
Here.
It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than the 10 swift minutes remain. All those who supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifique Ramir. Amore. What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with spiky hair. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? It's like it's a page from someone's diary. Oh. It's a bit nasty. Malignant tumour found in victim's liver. Oh dear. I'll give it a read later. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it, somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year. Switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it's a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They'll not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes, isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
The first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can. For their sake. I believe the curtain will be lifting any time now. I'm in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. My client is Shady Enigma, known to the world as Zach Gamma Ray. Ah, okay. A wildly popular magician star of the troupe Gamma Ray. His mentor, Magnifi Gamma Ray, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic, until he was shot dead, and Zach Gamma Ray is the suspect. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigma. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking, what was all the fuss about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is that some kind of new crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? There are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts. A Gavineer's consul got 10 times the thrill this kid's got. Who were you again? Oh, this is Cavalier. Whoops, silly me. Cavalier Gavin. I came to get the party started legally, yeah? Gavin? Of course, the other one was a defense attorney, wasn't he, you fucking idiot? Gavin? Defense attorney Christoph Gavins? Figures my board's more famous this part of town. Cavalier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. 2, my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, and platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro-rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, Attorney White. Perhaps you'd be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achtung, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Ah, yeah, Detective Gumshoe! All right! On you are? Ah, you're the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm an homicide detective down the precinct. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you. Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I've got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony? Detectives, this is my stage. Cancer antics. Huh? Or is this Ted Ewing and such? I could care less about your history together.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in an hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bang, lights out. Them's the facts.
Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifique Gamery, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
Ah, yeah, he's a great magician. He retired some years ago, though. So your name Magnifique to one of my generation, you'll be lucky to get a blank stare.
Yes, but I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gamery's made quite the name for themselves.
Anyhow, the retired Magnifique's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A malignant tutor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah.
A malignant tumour, perhaps?
In other words, he had liver cancer. He only had 3 months left to live, in fact.
The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right.
The victim was already climbing the 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shut up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe throughout the scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Has been washed, no signs of use.
I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had?
Very detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. Actually, the victim was kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. 3 days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. Bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
These are the facts. I have here the letter in question. Oh, I was hated getting shots. I guess Magnifique was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Ugh. Wait. Magnifique uses to inject his insulin. Why is there no trace of it being used? Something to keep in mind. To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th at 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot. One shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why.
Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger? I wonder.
I believe the answer to the question can be found as it ends the letter.
You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why haven't come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil's in the details, Sir Attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night, for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Gamery, was given an IV. An IV?
There it is in the picture, off to the side of his bed.
At 11, a doctor will come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he'd come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So that was the only time they could meet up without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Very well. Shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he commanded. It could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change. Thanks, pal. Fine, I can play it slow as well as play it fast. Onward to testimony, Detective Gumshoe. And this letter was sent by the victim. There it is. Gotcha. You're mine this time, pal. Huh? I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's. No mistake. Ah, I see. Ha ha ha! Score one for the boys. I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed?
But a letter ordering your own death? Things aren't what they used to be, I guess.
I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honour. So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get the noggin cranking. You failed to grasp the concept of questioning, Detective. First we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. You failed to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, Detective. We also found defendant's pistol at the scene. Trace the gunpowder residue shows it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
The photo? Maybe there's something in there I can use. They're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead? I think there's a hole in the prosecutor's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigma shot something else. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? The defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one on the forehead. Oh, the defence disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. That, and you can prove that was this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? The clown doll?
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too.
Ah, there's a hole in its forehead.
Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim. Ah, and I suppose you have a reason as to why he shot the clown doll? He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. Its forehead? Ah. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead, which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
The defence has raised an intriguing probability. The hole in the clown's forehead definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection!
Perhaps he did have to shoot the forehead as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This is the only way he had to follow the orders without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue. Yet, Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone has not proved the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. White. How sad to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realise just how big this little hole is going to get.
Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim? You're not a bad summary, pal. More confirmation than summary, but whatever. That does seem more of a confirmation than a summary, but in our defence attorney seems pleased enough of himself. Do these people ever miss the chance to mock me? Well, now Mr. White's got that out of his system, so we continue with the testimony. I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo? That's the one. It's a fine looking gun, there's no mistaking it. But compared to the bullet taken to the victim's skull, there's a bullet far from the gun. The knifing marks in the bullet to a perfect match. So you verified the murder weapon, in other words? You bet we did. Why are you so certain? What part of Sanders you have been What part of Sanders your head been stuck in all this time, pal? Never heard of Zack and Valent's quick draw shooting? Hey, what's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Valent stand on either side of a girl, and then they shoot, but the bullets don't hit her. Instead they hit everything else on stage. This is one of the pistols they use in the show. Got great design, huh? Kids love it. Many boys and girls join the police because it's that pistol I hear. You know, well, it's very lot about the police force. True, Cameron, he stopped doing that a while ago. The old man held onto the pistol ever since.
The court would like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here she is.
Well, that sure is a blast from the past.
It's a show stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets.
It's much bigger in real life than on TV.
Yeah, but it could only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of only being fired recently. So are there any fingerprints on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. You might even say its lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own.
Intriguing point, well made.
Whoa, not well made, not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts the evidence.
One real bullet. Barrel mark smashed a bullet. No fingerprints.
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. Now it's time to return to our testimony.
Objection!
No, never mind. Read the letter carefully, huh?
Objection!
There we go. The trickiest case is often seen the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and
Objection!
did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
The murder weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honour. The pistol only holds one bullet at a time.
Ah.
If he'd shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Ah! That's not a contradiction, not even close. All you have to do is reload the pistol after the first shot.
Objection!
Oh, where did he get the extra bullets? They're not easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling it wasn't over yet. No, the party's just getting started. Well, I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling Beckett sales. and utter lack of humility.
What's this? Seems the prosecution doesn't have a witness prepared.
Like I said, Herr Detective, this is just a warm-up act. Now's all he's got a taste of what's to come. They're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. It was Zach Gamery who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We'll pause for a 15-minute recess.
Which might have my lucky break. I need that 15 minutes to talk to my client.
Court is adjourned.